whatever the fuck you call that.
Yeah,
That
thread
new
that
shit.
needle.
There you go. There you go. Fresh off a year in this ditch. How we doing tonight, fellas?
53 weeks strong.
Feeling good,
Doing
moving.
good, man.
Doing all
Watching
right over
Impact. I'm feeling good.
Ditto. I got a little Impact Wrestling on the tube right now, man.
I'm fresh off an attempted robbery, not by me. People saw a white dude and thought it was food. I had to
Man.
remind them.
Wavy
It's a
night in
fat white
C2,
dude.
bro.
Man,
We eat.
it's
We're not food, we eat. So I had to get out of there real quick and
it's
everything's
so
good.
cold in CT. How the fuck do we supposed to get peace?
Yo, Quillman had to fly away real quick. I ain't
You know what I'm
mad at
saying? I just had to make sure they knew that nothing
It's all
was
good
happening.
though, man. You came out unscathed, untouched.
Yeah,
So we here.
we're here.
We still here. We still here.
Pot another day. Hey, if you don't have at least one failed podcast and one attempted robbery on your
One
life,
attempted robbery.
attempt on your life, you know, it's you ain't shit.
Well, I ain't legit yet, so. All right.
Hey,
Ron, I got you, bro. We'll set up something fake. We'll get your jacket, you know, where it needs to be.
All right, man.
all right, man. Peace to everybody out there. We're live right now on YouTube, live right now on Twitter/X or whatever the fuck. So, survey time. Show before the show. It's been about a year since Triple H has been in charge of creative at WWE. It's been many pay-per-views between last SummerSlam and now. So the question to go around the ring is, this Triple H regime, what's been your favorite PLE since he's taken over creative? I believe I have a similar answer with another distinguished gentleman on this pod, but I'm going to go with Mania specifically because nobody thought that Cody was going to lose, and then he lost. And I like that. Ron, what say you?
I actually have WrestleMania Night 1.
Night one.
We got a little feedback. I don't know where that's coming from.
I have no idea.
But regardless, I will say I did agree with AO. I would say WrestleMania Night 2 was great, but then when I just re-looked at the list and I remember how this pay-per-view felt watching it live, there's no question I got to go with Backlash in Puerto Rico because the crowd was phenomenal.
Spectacular.
That would have been my second answer, actually. Or my second choice.
I'm going to go with, for the hell of it, Elimination Chamber. All the PLEs. I could just pick one and just be like, there was actually more good.
That's a fact. All right, we're going to get Chaz's audio together,
Yes.
and we're going to start the show.
Yes, sir.
Hold up. There we go.
Peace to the gods, the ringside club hard. My name is A.O. Say you heard around the dawn. Blame Boogie while you at it, blame Chad Law. K-Fabe is dead, break the fourth wall. Whatever style, whether it's lucha or strong style. Come through the venue, fly, burn the bar down. Back to the pad, chop it up for the par. Ringside club, intro to the squad as the show starts.
Peace, 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 of course, to the guys. Peace to the earths. How y'all feeling, man? How are y'all
Great.
doing? How are y'all doing?
We here.
Fantastic.
Are
I'm
here.
chilling. I am chilling.
Shouts out
Fantastic
to-
four, man.
Barefoot box wine. It's
There
good
you
for
go.
attempted robbery.
There you go.
I'm barefoot right now.
There you go.
I'm not.
I got the little.
Chad
Poland
said he's
Spring,
potting
you
with
know.
the feet out, bro. You pause everything we
Got the
do,
feet out.
but
I'm
you're
comfortable.
potting with the feet out, bro.
I'm comfortable. I ain't got no socks on. What you want me to do, man? Pause.
It's all right. It's all right, bro.
That's a hell of a first 30 seconds for the start of the new episode. Man.
Shouts out to the podiatrists out there.
Gang, gang.
Appreciate anybody that hung out with us last week. Last week was the 1 year, right? Oh my
It
bugging.
was.
That was
Thursday.
last week.
Yeah, it was last week.
Cool.
Yep.
So peace to all of y'all that hung out with us. Peace to Loriana May for hanging out with us last week, of course.
Yes, that was nice.
Salute
I
to
mean,
Loriana May.
a lot of people showed some love on the socials, sharing our videos, showing some love, offering congrats. So So yeah, man, that felt good. That felt
Yes,
good.
sir.
Yeah, absolutely.
And here we are. Brand new week. A lot of wrestling to talk about. A lot of things going on. We have SummerSlam coming up this week. I believe I'm defending the belt. But before we get into any of what we're supposed to be getting into, let's let everybody that might not be familiar know where you can tap into us. First and foremost, everything is at theringsideclub.com. You can find all of the merch. You can find all of the past episodes. Right now, we're live. We're on air on YouTube and Twitter. But if you can't chill with us on air, you can chill with us on demand. Video on YouTube, audio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and, of course, all other podcast platforms. Plus, we're available everywhere across all social media, which includes Twitter/X/whatever Elon names it next week. We're on TikTok. We're on Instagram, Threads, blase blah. Tap in with us. Tell a friend. Hit the follows. Hit the subscription button. Hit the rating, man. Hit us with a little 5-star on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, so we could beat the algorithm gods and things of that nature. But yeah, man, we're here this week. WWE SummerSlam. I'm defending, which can only mean one thing.
Yo ass finna lose.
The champ is here.
I mean, I go by the name of AO. Catch me everywhere or don't. Pass it to my mans and them.
Hey, who are you? Let me introduce you to the other Don.
You already know Ron the Don, aka Ron D. Orton. Catch me on all socials. Ron Don PMF. Cop the gear. See the shirt here. Let's go. You already know. Pass it off to Quailbug.
Boom, 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 boom!
Look what you did.
You know what I'm saying? Your unfriendly neighborhood no man. Blame Bug. It's Thursday, so many of you don't know what that means. It's the day before Friday and right after Wednesday, and fuck, it's when we record our podcast. So, I don't have any more obvious information, except for Chad's the next one to go here. So, here you go, Chad.
Adrenaline in my soul.
It is our young Godiva himself, CHADLAW, Chad Law. Just hoping that the Wi-Fi don't let out. Right now, it's Thursday Night Live, Ringside Club.
Keep the Wi-Fi alive is a T-shirt.
You feel me? That's what we on right now, man. It's a great night. It's predictions night. We only do this about once or twice a month, depending on the shows, but it's that time of the month, fellas. You know what I'm saying? Ayo got to defend the title since Boog ain't defending his. It's just like that, you know?
You know what I'm saying? You could only
God's
throw
crazy.
stones. You can't throw stones if you live in a glass house, baby. We know that.
God's
Come
crazy.
on now. Come on.
Man,
Man didn't defend his title for like 4 months. I don't even know when you won it. I just know when you lost it.
Yeah, it's okay. He's been losing it ever since he lost it. It's okay. It's all right.
I'm
guys
coming
check-
back for the big belt. I'm taking the big belt this Saturday, best believe, man.
This guy is making all kinds of challenges for untelevised events. Let's predict the card. I don't know any of the wrestlers.
I'm just saying.
Yo,
Next time.
Cats don't even want to defend for Ring of Honor, for Impact, you know what I'm saying? That's what we doing, man. It's the TV championship, man.
All
Nah, they
good,
gotta-
no worries, man.
They got to make waves for me to surf. I ain't nowhere where there ain't no water, baby.
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 All right, let's see what's going on. Before we get into predictions, of course, talking about SummerSlam Saturday. I think Collision is also Saturday, so that'll be a nice little double screen action. I'm going to be at Rock the Bells, to be honest. I'm going to be out and
That's fire.
watching
Dope.
some,
Dope.
checking
dope,
a couple
dope.
of boxes off of my
Bucket list.
my bucket list. I've always wanted to see Slick Rick.
Oh,
Slick
that's
Rick
fire.
will be
yeah.
there. Always been a big I bought Ludacris' first album about 4 or 5 times.
Yep.
So I'll get a chance to catch Luda live. There's a lot of people on that stage that I know LL. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that's his joint. So
Good old
But
Todd
yeah.
Smith.
James
His hat is
Todd,
like a Sharks fan.
deepest, bluest.
You feel me? Speaking of which, the Meg 2 is coming out. They should pay us for saying that. I'm super excited. It's kind of like the white snakes on a plane.
Yo, I don't remember seeing anything about the first one, but this commercial for the second one, like the joint jumping out the water to eat the T-Rex,
That shit is way too big, bro. Yeah, it's just a lot going on. You know what I'm saying? That's a big shark, dog.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it looks kind of dope.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got in the news. What's going on in the news? We saw that the Elite signed their brand new AEW contracts. It was announced on Sports Illustrated or via Sports Illustrated yesterday, and then they came out on Dynamite, got on the microphone and said, "Nah, we'll be here for a little bit." I found interesting that they there was some commentary, not on the show, but just during the day. It was maybe another article that came out, but they made a pact to go with the majority rules. So there's 4 of them. If 3 of them say we're staying in AEW, then all 4 of them are staying, which also could mean that maybe somebody wanted to leave. But I think it's tough looking at them. Like, I think the only one that would have been taken care of properly that I feel very, very confident in is probably Omega. Because I can see, like, Hangman getting lost in the shuffle, or even the Bucks, But I'm glad they're still there. The Elite without the Elite would have been interesting.
We had a couple of situations that happened this weekend, and we don't have to stay on it because this isn't, for all intents and purposes, a WWE podcast today.
Word.
But watching I need both my hands. This L's gonna have to wait. The Cody documentary,
Hell of a doc.
where there was mention
Still gotta
of
tap in, man.
AEW.
Yo, word. I still gotta watch that.
Where there was mention of AEW very heavy, mention of the Bucks very heavy, not just mention, but on the screen, the Bucks are right there in fucking front of you. Several times, it made me uncomfortable. I felt like I was walking in on like one of my boys cheating on his girl or something, or vice versa, whatever. It just felt not right. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just really awkward. So we had that moment. Then we have the Punk spray painting the E out of the AEW belt and claiming it is the real world championship. And then we have this, which is right as soon as that E is sloppily crossed out. The E is very neatly announcing that they are signing and, kind of sticking with All Elite. They put the Elite in All Elite, so...
And they might pop up on Collision.
My rapper brain won't allow me to not correlate the crossing out of the E and the signing of the E being like something.
Yeah, there's a good 4 bars in there.
Our God is an awesome God. So is Fly God. Drop my drop here, please.
Boom, boom,
That's
boom,
where
boom.
it is.
It's all right. Fuck it.
Boom, 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 boom.
Like what you
And then you pray for him. You know what I'm saying?
Word up. Let's see what else we have in the news.
Let's get to the show.
Let's get to the show. Yo, did y'all see the Bash at the Beach joint?
Fire.
Yo, bro, I'm telling you right now,
not
I'm
yet.
so heated. I need to watch all of those Dark Side of the Rings, all these documentaries. I got my fair share of shit to catch up on.
For
Yo, bro, if you just opened YouTube and you just went premium and you just was able to just look at all the shit that they upload.
Yo, I just want
you
y'all to know,
right up to
whoever
date, my
hired
dude.
this man at YouTube, whoever hired him, you're doing a great job. He's a fantastic employee.
Yo,
He'll
man.
never, if he don't do nothing, he's telling me to watch clips on YouTube, yo. I don't
You're not even
enjoy it
watching
that way.
clips, King. You watching the full on everything on the tube, man.
Nah, bro, I don't feel that way. It's just different for me.
This
yo.
guy said I'm a caveman. Said I'm gonna just miss out on all the activity and just hope for the best on social media.
Yo, I don't want to just eat the pepperoni off of the pizza. I want the whole slice of pizza. You know what I mean? I
You
want
really
the whole
want
pie
to watch?
if I could have it.
Do you need to watch the television show Dark Side of the Ring when you could just go to YouTube and watch the
I
whole
mean,
episode
I could
commercial
read
free?
selected pages of a book too, but why not read the whole fucking thing? You know
You
what I
can
mean?
watch it commercial free. Audience, are y'all in the chat, man? Y'all bugging if y'all not YouTube Premium. You're fucking poor. Stop being YouTube Premium.
Yo,
Just start being
I'm just
YouTube
gonna have
Premium.
Chad
people.
sponsor my life, yo.
Please.
Chad
Pay
is
for
Chad is
everything, yo.
definitely a Republican.
Nah, for real. That's crazy,
Who
right?
wants
He
to
just
sit
Mitch
through the
McConnell the
ads,
shit out of
man?
us.
We don't even got ads. We're not sitting through ads. Come on, we commercial free.
Damn, yo, Chad.
Oh, God.
Yo, God bless you. Next week, you got to have that black Republican queued up for my mans and them when he come out here with the cape on, because that was the best
Yo.
display right there. Yo, y'all are poor.
holy
He talked to us like Maxwell Jacob Friedman, yo.
Yeah, I come through next week with the MAGA hat on. We
Yo,
gonna
Nah, bro.
MAGA
we getting-
Chad.
Nah, we getting
you will be
canceled on
audio
site.
only next week if you come in
Yo,
with the audio.
I'm gonna change his tag to Chaga. That's his shit. She's full on Chagga right now. That's
Yo,
crazy, yo. Make Chad again, please.
make wrestling great again.
Yo.
That's
Yo,
sick.
again,
but
shouts
yeah.
out to this barefoot rose.
Dark
You
side of the
feel me,
ring.
in the box, the juice box.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
gotta.
shout out to the barefoot carpet right now, man. This shit good. Mad cozy.
You know what I'm
Feel like I'm rubbing on Jeffrey. Pause.
We gotta get this show going.
What?
Yo,
we
yeah,
gotta-
get us to agree.
Can we get to these predictions,
Yeah,
please?
get
Come
us to
on.
agree.
Do you have a prepped or a cooked, or can we just go straight to predictions? 'Cause I
I
don't
was
have no
actually-
more news.
I was gonna say, Dark Side of the Ring was actually fire. And crazy enough, I know Vince Russo gets a lot of shit, but yo, I
feel him.
I felt Vince Russo and fuck Hulk Hogan on Boog's behalf.
Hello.
It's been like that. I ain't catch it yet. I'm gonna try and catch it this weekend.
All right, basically, I never knew
Vince
the story.
Russo's not a heel, guys. They try to make him a heel so bad. I think he's not a heel as bad as we think he is.
He's
I'm
just
not
an Italian
involved,
New
I'm just
Yorker
guessing.
who's mad
I
passionate.
never really disliked Vince Russo like that. I never really had a reason. Like, he had mad ideas, and all of them obviously weren't good, but all of them obviously
But he
weren't
tried.
bad. You know what I mean? Like, he
tried.
was very passionate, and the one thing is, like, he had a point of view of, I think this type of TV is going to be the TV that works. Like that whole crash TV where this happens and we cut to this and we cut to that, and the match might be 4 minutes, but then we go backstage and we're in the parking lot. This person's jumping that person. Like, this shit was exciting. And I think it worked really well in WWE because he would be like the creative person who reports to the ultimate chief creative officer, who was Vince. And he filtered out the ideas that didn't work for whatever Vince was trying to do, and it worked. In WCW, he had no filter, so a lot of that stuff didn't work or whatever. But at least, like, I felt him because he was passionate, and Eric Bischoff was just really on Hulk Hogan's like
Ball
bandwagon.
washing.
Or
So-
ball washing.
So I guess in a nutshell, pause the summary of this whole episode. Pretty much, Vince Russo got released from the WWE, came over to WCW. Then once he gets over there, it's like Eric Bischoff. He is on a timeout from Warner, from Turner TNT. He's on timeout. Vince Russo comes in. He doesn't really do too well, move the needle. Then he gets put on timeout, and they go, "Wait a minute, we're just gonna put you guys together, and now Eric's gonna oversee your shit." Cool. We still got to make a championship happen because this whole year has just been like in fucking turmoil with ratings. Jeff Jarrett in the new blood versus the fucking old niggas. You know what I'm saying? Hulk Hogan and them. And Jeff Jarrett's the champion. And basically, Hulk Hogan has creative control 100% in his contract, which I always knew, but like, it's like to hear like the breakdown of it is like, oh shit, this guy really was vetoing off on this shit. Because I wasn't cognizant of the Hulk Hogan era in the 90s, in the late 90s.
Not in the moment. I
Not
don't
in
think
the-
we knew. What was
Like
going on
looking
back
at those
then.
clips, I'm like, holy shit. Like if this was happening now, we'd be like, yo, this guy's cooked. Hulk Hogan is cooked right now. It's like
Well,
Hulk
not even
Hogan
that. Just
popping
this
up in
match
Ring
at
of
the
Honor.
beach, like where Jarrett laid down and just laid down for Hulk. When I watched it as a kid, there was nothing that separated that from the entertainment. I thought it was all part
They
of the
wanted
show.
to blur the lines. But
Yeah.
what ended up happening was they really couldn't get to a decision. And I kind of believe Vince Russo. Like, I know Eric Bischoff says this shit's all cap, this, that, and the third, but it's like he wanted to put the belt on Booker T. He wanted to make a new star. That was the point blank, and that was the main event. And Hulk Hogan was just going to be a random match before that for the world title, which to me, as I'm watching, I'm like, huh?
Yeah, like why would he? Why?
What the fuck?
Why? Exactly.
I didn't realize that there was the Booker T match. I thought it was just Jeff Jarrett, Hulk Hogan. But then in this, it's like, wait a minute, there was another match that was supposed to happen for the same match, for the same belt. So he does the laydown. Jarrett doesn't want to do it. He does it. And Vince, the whole time, if y'all watching this Dark Side of the Ring clip, y'all are looking at Vince Russo just like, yo, he is just wilding on the ringside right now. He is just saying, yo, hurry it up. Yo, ring the bell. Yo, take the title. You want your belt? Take that shit. It's like, I was actually getting a kick out of it because he was so pissed at the situation. I could tell he was pissed. And, you know, I sided with Vince Russo, man. He gets a lot of shit, but
Yeah.
I see where he was coming from in that. And granted, Bischoff will say that Hulk Hogan was the one that was bringing the ratings in at the time and people wanted to see Hulk. I'm like, when you look at the shit that he was doing, it was like, this ain't really like.
Not at that time. Not at that time. I don't know what the numbers were or weren't doing, but I do know that if I'm looking back on what was going on,
He was
I
basically in
was
an
not
I'm
checking for
washed.
Hogan.
He was in an I'm washed type of gimmick.
Yeah, like I'm not checking for him. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't checking for him. Like you have all of
And
this. Think about it, this is Booker T before. This is before the dreads. This is how far back this goes.
this is
This is
Can You
Booker
Dig
T.
It, sucker?
Yeah, this is like fresh out of like you. I think he had that the best of 7 match series with Benoit. So between then and whenever WCW ended or whatever, he had no dreads. You know what I mean? This is like coming up,
Right.
and
Still
Jeff
high
Jarrett
top paid.
was still like. There's so many like younger dudes that were coming up, and you got these old guys, specifically Hogan, is like, nah, it's still me, brother. I still got another run left in me, brother. Nah, no, you
The
don't.
whole time, you always kind of wanted to shit on Jeff Jarrett, but it was just like, damn, he was put in a fucking tough
He
spot on
was the
that.
one that kind of was in the worst position there because he had the least, like Booker T wasn't directly involved in the Hogan shit. He was like byproduct. He was in the match after that. Jeff Jarrett is all of a sudden caught in this power struggle between Vince Russo and Eric Bischoff and Hulk Hogan. And he's like, fuck, what do I do? And you got to feel for him, too, because he came up as like a promoter's kid. He's been around the business his whole life. He knows from jump this is bullshit, And he said something on the episode that was like, my job and my boss are all of the people that purchase tickets. And that's this, it's our job to kind of put a good show on for him. And this ain't a good show.
Right.
But yeah, catch up with that shit, man.
I'm looking forward
that
to
was
Booker
my
T's
favorite
response.
episode this series.
I might have to agree with you on that one, just because it was so current and it still was like a part of
It
my
was current.
childhood.
It wasn't dark. Like it's a very interesting story that fits a documentary format really, really well. But nobody was on drugs. Nobody died. You know what I'm saying? Like the rest of these shits have been like, God damn,
Yeah,
I gotta
very
go.
good.
Drink some water after this shit.
You know what begs this question? It's been so good with these episodes of Dark Side of the Ring that, like, yo, I'm really curious to see how they're gonna turn up for season 5.
I'm not like, there's stories to tell, but I wonder like, what
I
are
think
those
Impact
stories?
Wrestling, and Ring of Honor or NWA are gonna get a Dark Side of the Ring. I think for season 5. I don't know what areas, but I feel like one of these indie companies is gonna get a Dark Side of the Ring.
Did Teddy Hart have a dark side?
He could have a Dark Side of the Ring.
Teddy Hart's life is amazing.
Still going in shambles as we speak right now. Actually,
Yeah, he just got
could get a
knocked
dark
a
side of the
minute
ring.
ago, like last week.
He could get a Dark Side of the Ring. I think some of the dark years of TNA would get a Dark Side of the Ring.
Teddy Hart, man.
Yeah,
Get
man.
together.
Oh God. We got signed.
I don't. There was
No,
some
got
shit,
that.
but I ain't get a chance to write anything down, man.
I didn't see anything like
No
that's
sign.
crazy.
This is a jalopy of an episode. Let's just get straight to the
Yeah, let's go.
let's
Yeah,
get to
word.
the SummerSlam predictions. All right, so how many matches do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Looks like 8 matches. I saw that they took the Trish Stratus and Becky Lynch match is now going to be on a Raw in Winnipeg. That was originally scheduled for SummerSlam, and word is that due to time restraints, that was the match that got axed. So we'll see that coming up on a future episode of Raw. But aside from that, we have a pretty good looking card. Just looking down at this here. Let's go from the bottom of this list up. So we have the 20-man Battle Royal, SummerSlam Battle Royal. Is there a stipulation, like if somebody wins this, something happens, or they get a shot at the title, or what happens with this? Or is it just like the Andre?
It seems like it's just like the Andre, but I'll look it up again and see if there's any
Word.
stipulations.
I have no idea who else is in this match. I don't know if Ryan's looking up stipulations, but if LA Knight's in this match, LA Knight is winning this. If he's not in this match, I have no fucking clue. Referee wins. I don't know. I'm going with LA Knight, though.
Yeah, I didn't put anything in before, but I may go with the consensus. I may go with LA Knight. I think he needs a win, and he's
Just move your mic
over.
in a little bit, Ron.
Is that better?
Yeah.
I was saying that I say he's super over right now, and I think he deserves a solid win right now. And confirmed participants are LA Knight, Sheamus, Tommaso Ciampa, Shinsuke Nakamura, Otis, and Chad Gable. I don't see any stipulations. I don't see what this is for, so I assume it's gonna be for a champion, like a championship match. That's all. That's all.
Put that shit on the pre-show.
It says that it might be. You never know because there is a pre-show.
Buy-in.
It's called the Slim Jim SummerSlam Battle Royal.
Oh no, hell!
Pause.
Oh boy.
It's called the what?
Yeah, it's called the Slim
Nasty
Jim.
pause.
Slim Jim, and they do just change it too. So when I was looking this up, it wasn't called that before. So
I saw they just announced like a partnership with Slim Jim.
that's probably why. Yeah. So
Oh Jesus! All right,
got
look, my pick is LA Knight, and if it's not LA Knight, it's a returning Randy Orton. So
This guy said Randy Orton is going to the pre-show.
my boy Ron is coming back.
out of nowhere, buddy. Out of nowhere,
bro. But nah, yeah, definitely LA Knight. If LA Knight doesn't win something now, we could pretty much just put him on the Cook segment next week. Even though the fans love him, they clearly don't have any idea what they want to do with him. Like, I don't know.
He just goes out there and just says promos, and he's up, man.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not
Got
mad.
Chap.
I am going to go with, you guessed it, L.A. Knight. Yeah.
Yeah.
They designed this match just to give him the win. It's like, why not?
Yep.
Why not?
But also, I can see them not giving him the win. But I'm also just going to rock with it anyways, because I can see Sheamus winning this, you know what I'm saying? Or Mustafa Ali, somebody random, Baron Corbin, Omos. This is a who's who, but I'm going to be safe and go with LA Knight. If they don't give him the win, I believe that they're going to bring him in at some point of SummerSlam and just have him do a shtick just to have the pop, the catchphrase, and give somebody the blunt force trauma like Hit Row. Because you can't miss LA Knight on the main card, yo. Like, that's kind of wild.
Yeah.
Like, that pop, like his pop will probably rival the main event.
It should.
And Cody.
It absolutely should. It's rivaling anything that anybody is doing right now. Like, he is the most popular guy. You know, outside of Cody's woe, he's getting the loudest response out there.
Do you think that they won't even put him on the main show just to like spite us all?
Nah, this is main show. Like, I was joking earlier with pre-show. There's no way. I don't know. There might not be any matches on the pre-show, to be honest.
No, I
Looking
was
at this.
saying even if this match is on the pre-show, they don't even bring him on the main show at all.
Oh, if it, yeah. Why? What is he going to come out to do? He doesn't have a money.
Like I just said, he's just gonna have the moment to just come out and just do the shtick and then blunt force trauma like Hit Row or something.
Nah, because that's very Raw, very SmackDown.
Or just have a backstage segment.
On SummerSlam to be doing a segment like that is just lazy.
But to not even get on any point of SummerSlam, though.
That's why this Battle Royal is going to be on the main card. It's not going to be in the pre-show.
Bathroom break.
Maybe.
Oh, the match itself for sure. Like, it's a Battle Royal. That's not the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, it's gonna be the bathroom break match. The come down.
I'm here for LA Knight's entrance and then the win, and in between that, I'll be in the kitchen.
We're gonna be like, we treat LA Knight like the Knicks. It's like, yo, we're just happy he won a fucking Battle Royal, man. Like, I don't give a shit what he won. At least he won.
I'm just happy you're here, bro. Oh, you made it to the playoffs. Bet. Bet. All right, next match. And I figured out what my second 5-point question is going to be. It's going to be this match. MMA rules match. Ronda Rousey versus Shayna Baszler. So before we announce our picks, the 5-point question that's attached to this match, since this is MMA rules, what's the finish? Will it be a submission? Or will it be like a choke out, a knockout? How does this match end? Is it a knockout, a choke out, a tap out? There are no pinfalls, obviously. No count outs, no disqualifications. It's MMA, UFC. That being said, I'm going with Shayna taking the win. And I'm going to say she makes Ronda Rousey pass out.
Pass out. Okay.
Chokes her out.
Okay. I got Shayna winning. And I have her winning with a submission. Specifically, maybe the armbar. Maybe the armbar.
But does she tap out to the armbar?
I think she taps out to the armbar.
So you got to tap out.
Yeah,
I got to choke out. You got to tap out.
Yeah, I got submission. Yeah,
But
tap out.
I got Shayna winning and pulling out one of her teeth. Right. And jamming it right in Ronda Rousey's eye a little bit, just getting it in there.
oh man,
And then pulling it out and
said he got Britt Baker. In
Yo, that's sick white humor is crazy.
so listen, no,
Isaac
what
Yankum.
All right, Steve-O.
I had a strange day today, and Danhausen is the one with the teeth. I'm not that strange, all right? But yeah, no, Shayna indefinitely tap out. I believe she's gonna make Ronda tap.
Ronda taps. All right, so we got choke out. We have you said a tap
Two
out,
tap
right?
outs and a
Ryan?
choke
Two
out.
tap outs
Yeah,
and a
tap
choke.
out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shayna, choke out, no tap, rematch when Ronda comes back. I'm out.
Fair enough.
Well, there you go.
Moving right
Ronda ain't
along.
coming back. Ronda's done.
Yeah, I think Ronda's done.
I think she'll be
Ronda's
back.
done. I think this is
Once she gets another L in another competition, another competitive sport, I think she'll be right back here very shortly.
What is she gonna play? Fucking pickleball? What is she doing next?
No, I think she's going. She's gonna go back to whatever fighting, like the actual
Oh, all right. Well, hey, do that.
fighting.
Yeah, that didn't end well. That didn't end well at all. I wanted to see a little bit more time on that Shayna and Ronda tag team, but
I'll be
whatever.
honest. I'm all for the women's division. I have a lot of favorites. I'll just never understand the like idea behind the war paint that she wears for all the pay-per-views and stuff. It just doesn't make sense. So I just get
she looks
kinda
like a
confused.
raccoon.
I get distracted.
Yeah, she looks like a raccoon. All right, moving along. We got Ricochet versus. No, we don't. We have the Intercontinental title match. Gunther is defending against Drew McIntyre. I'm going with Gunther. He ain't losing anytime soon. Period. Bottom line.
Yeah, nah.
Ryan.
Actually, I changed my pick to Gunther because after what you told me, Boog, I didn't realize. I'm actually reading it here now. He is 340 plus days in, and the next person after that is Don Morocco, and he's 384 days. So he's close to taking his spot. So yeah. So since I know the information now, I think they're gonna keep the belt on him.
Yeah, cue Samantha Irvin. Gunther's gonna take this shit.
And not to cut y'all off. Macho Man Randy Savage is 414 days. So
Yep.
so not far, and Pedro Morales is not that far behind. It's 10 days after Macho Man. So yeah,
Right.
I'm going with that. Yeah. Go ahead. My bad.
Gunther.
It's unanimous.
It's got to be. Nobody wants Drew to win the IC title right now. Shit.
I love Drew. I'm not gonna front. Drew's one of my favorites, but I don't see him winning it for any reason right now.
He's
other
going to
than
be
just coming
creatively
back.
cooked. Creatively cooked Drew McIntyre will be for the rest of this year. That's my prediction.
Rough life out here.
Yeah.
All right, now we have Ricochet versus Logan Paul. I got Logan Paul winning this. You know, nice. I'm glad that that Ricochet's doing something that people seem to be interested in. It's been a good look for Ricochet thus far, but I don't think Logan Paul takes a straight up L 1-on-1 to Ricochet. You know, I think there's a lot of cachet on Logan Paul's name, and I think SummerSlam is a good look for the highlight reel kind of match that they're probably going to have, but I see Logan Paul having a bigger match quicker than Ricochet has a big match coming out of this match.
Alright.
So Logan Paul for the W.
I have Logan Paul as well, and reason being, I don't think Logan Paul has had a win yet. So I think it's time for him to get his win. End of story. It's gonna be a fire match though, I ain't gonna lie. And I don't think Ricochet is gonna lose too much off of that, off the loss, if he does
No.
take the loss.
Ricochet could lose.
Yeah, I think he'll be all right. So, but I think Logan Paul's finally gonna get his first win in WWE. So,
Yeah, I don't know. I think I do agree that Logan Paul's gonna win. but I don't know for how long this name cachet of being Logan Paul is going to befit him. You know, I do think they're going to have to do something different at some point besides him just being Logan Paul, because although I do see the story that's being told, we had them jumping, from turnbuckle to turnbuckle and hitting each other midair, and then all these different stories that are being told between these two characters. So I do see the development of a story, and I don't see Ricochet as a big enough babyface to make Logan Paul a bigger heel than he is, because the fans don't really care about Ricochet. In that way, he's cool, but I don't think the fans are emotionally attached to him in a way that they would be against Logan Paul. I think Logan Paul has like automatic heat, so when you put him up against someone that's even remotely close to likable, it's just the scales just tip immediately because people hate Logan Paul so much. So it's kind of a cheat code. So I will throw this back up on the I'm not sure who to pick right now list, because I do feel like this would be really decisive, and at the moment I don't know if it's going to be Ricochet or Logan Paul. I do think Ricochet stands to gain far more by beating Logan Paul, for whatever reason, call me crazy, than Logan Paul stands to gain from beating Ricochet. I don't know why. Again, call me nuts, but I don't know, something about it's just making me feel that Logan Paul's the wrong answer here. I don't know why.
I'm not mad at that because I don't think Ricochet has had like a big win. Like,
not since he was like feuding with fucking Braun Strowman, like a long ass time ago. Like,
right. So I think it can go either way. Actually, it could benefit either or if they, So I'm not mad at that take at all. So
I'll tell you what, I'm not gonna die on the Logan Paul hill, so I'll stick with Logan Paul for now because I don't want to go against the grain for him. But this is one we might want to keep our eye on. I don't know what's gonna happen here.
yeah.
Sorry for that long-winded answer.
You're good. You're good. I'm going Logan Paul. It's only right. One knockout punch in the middle of a shooting star press. I don't see Ricochet being flinched by this loss because, well, it's Ricochet. He'll be back.
Ricochet's fine, man. He'll be
back.
He's there for the highlights at times. You know what I mean? This
He'll
is
be
high
back.
profile for him. So
That's
he already
fact.
won by being in this feud.
Because everyone knows they wanted LA Knight here, but that just wasn't in the cards. And I'm glad, honestly, looking back on it now, I'm glad this wasn't the case. I'm glad we didn't get LA Knight Logan Paul.
Why?
Not yet. Say that for WrestleMania.
I don't know.
That's a promo battle that's going to be money. That's just going to rock. That feud would be fire. Let's be real. And it's not worth sacrificing either man's win-loss record right now. That's why I say
who would be a great feud?
Logan Paul and LA Knight. But
that's what
I don't think it would be a sacrifice of Logan Paul's win-loss record because, like I said, he hasn't really won anything.
That's why he needs to win, because he's been here long enough. He's not a one-off guy anymore. He's got to actually look at this.
Get him some wins before he gets the LA Knight joint.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because if LA Knight was to lose, you already know we on this next pod. Like, that's some bullshit. But this is some bull. You heard the pop.
Logan Paul beating LA Knight.
Bro, the internet's gonna go in a fucking frenzy, yo. They're gonna be like, you heard the pop? He did what? Nah, they're burying this guy. Like, it's not yet, yo. Say that for Mania.
Yo, if it comes down to Logan to LA Knight and Cody in the Rumble, final two, who wins?
Cody, because he's got to go to Mania and finish the story.
Finish the story.
Yeah, I'm going with Cody. Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's move on. There's a lot of Ricochet talk. Triple threat match for the women's championship. We have Asuka defending against Charlotte Flair and Bianca Belair. And I am going with Asuka with a successful title defense. I think there's some legs. I think there's still obviously the Money in the Bank looms large over whatever the championship or the champion is doing. And I also think that Charlotte and Bianca are due a one-on-one feud. Like, it seemed like they were going in that direction for a while, just one-on-one. and then we got Asuka involved, and Asuka's been kind of playing the back seat for a while, even though she's the champ. So I think Asuka goes on to have something, whether it's with Io Sky, because of the Money in the Bank, or just somebody else in general, or whatever. And then I think we got Charlotte and Bianca to run it back one-on-one and actually see, regardless of who the title holder is, who's the best of those two.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm going with Asuka.
I'm going with Oscar as well. I feel like Charlotte and Bianca Belair are going to get into it and cost themselves the match, and they're going to continue feuding. I also believe that this is just my opinion. I feel like Asuka's title run has been a little lackluster to me. Hasn't been the best. I
They
feel
really
like
did nothing.
yeah. I feel
Yeah,
like
she's been playing the
crazy.
backseat.
I feel like
Yeah.
every title run Asuka's had, we say the same thing.
I wouldn't say for everyone. I say for this one specifically. She won the title and she didn't really do anything.
It sucks,
Also,
'cause this is the rebrand too. It's supposed to be her rebranded a little bit.
that is true. Yeah, it is, and that's why I feel like it's lackluster because they did the rebrand and then it kind of went down. And then also too, I think everybody's going to expect Charlotte to win because it's like every time she comes back from like a hiatus, she always wins the title back. I feel like I feel like Triple H would just give the swerve and let them push out a little bit longer with that. Let Charlotte and Bianca feud and take it from there. So yeah, I'm sticking with Asuka. Push her until the next pay-per-view, which I think is No Mercy. I believe, and see from there.
I really mean
SummerSlam?
it. Ow.
Yeah, I think it's No Mercy. I believe. Is it? Yes, I think No Mercy.
Payback.
It's Payback.
You said No Mercy. Nah,
No,
that's NXT now.
No, you know what? Yeah, you're right. It is NXT. Yeah, I
It's
forgot.
NXT now, playboy.
Yeah, I forgot that.
Yeah, it's
NXT.
Payback then Fastlane.
Oh yeah, we're fast, man.
All right, so you got Asuka around. What you got? You got Asuka, right, Book?
Yeah, I said Asuka just because Chad put me on to the idea of Io Sky cashing in, and I'm sure Vince McMahon not being able to help himself with someone from the Pacific fighting against someone else from the Pacific, because that's how Vince McMahon's brain works. So Io Sky's cash in will probably be that. Not that I don't want to see it. I want to see Io as the champion. If I'm to be completely honest with you, I love her, and I think it'll be a much better reign than Asuka right now, unfortunately. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Asuka.
I'm going Asuka. Who she pins is really the big question. But it's Asuka retaining because Io is going to cash in that beloved Money in the Bank briefcase and take the title from Asuka successfully.
Okay.
Because she's going to have Bailey's help. She's also going to rehash the feud with Bianca from earlier this year. So that'll just be now the roles are reversed as Io is champion. Asuka will be in the wings as always. Charlotte will be in the wings as always, and that's payback. Bianca, Io is champion.
Damn, you know how this match is going to end, actually? There's going to be some kind of three-way move in the last, 2 minutes of the match. Knocks all three of them out of there. So the match doesn't end. Nobody's like Asuka doesn't pin Charlotte and she doesn't pin Bianca, but they're all out of it. That's when Io comes down. She cashes in while the match is still going on. And technically it's a fatal four-way.
Fatal four-way.
Yeah. And
I
then
could
she
fuck
just
with
pins
that.
whoever's the weakest. She probably pins Asuka at that point.
I wouldn't be mad at that.
But just
I could fuck with that.
way that Seth cashed in. So we're all wrong in that sense.
You just brought something up that made me think about something real quick. So like,
What you got?
I don't really use the word botch because whatever, I mess up, I say words incorrect, whatever, we all do things, whatever. These people are live on the camera, but I do remember that back in the day. I don't know when it was. I'm not trying to date myself or say it was something that always happened in the old school era, but when a wrestler would fumble the ball, like let's say, to keep it modern, a jump or a dive to the outside doesn't connect as we would think a dive should connect to make an impact on the person that they're hitting, right?
Mm-hmm.
Instead of what they used to do, which is they do another devastating maneuver to put over the fact that this person just got hurt because they obviously clearly missed, instead of that person like phantom falling and acting like they got hit when we all see they didn't. I don't know if that's like a production thing or if that's like a whatever thing, but for whatever reason, when you talked about like that bump, it just made me think about like how recently the refs been bumped in both WWE and in AEW, and WWE does such a better job at the ref bumps when a ref's like out of commission and they don't know what's going on and they have to be brought back to, or someone else comes to the ring. I just feel like when AEW has done it recently, it just looks super fake. Like it just doesn't look like the ref is actually or being put in a compromising situation that they should not be able to continue their duties. Do you get what I'm saying with that? Does that make sense?
It's like sometimes like because they know this is the spot and this is what's supposed to happen, but it just didn't go the way it was supposed to go. You know what I mean?
It's like,
like
that domino was supposed to fall, so we'll just act like it did.
And we know, so I'm just gonna go with it. You know?
Yeah.
For sure.
Whatever.
Hopefully we don't get any of that. That shit, like sometimes that takes you out. You know what I mean? Like that didn't go well. I really, I don't know, man. I would love I'd love to have the pencil for a little bit. Because I wouldn't book any of these referees to do some of that typical referee
Some of the
shit.
worst refereeing, yo.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird
Yeah,
stuff
like,
going
yo, the whole, like, distracted referee thing is so played out. You know what I mean? Like, even last night, like, with the, what was it, the bat that Don Callis hit homie with? And it's still in the ring, and he turned around and make the pin, and, like, he had to, it was funny when he got in there and he kind of kicked it out. But, I don't know.
Yeah.
Do better.
Interesting stuff there.
Do better.
Fellas.
All right, a couple more matches. This is a rough episode, fellas. I ain't gonna hold you.
We're gonna get through it.
This is a rough one. Sleepy Time Tea episode of the Ringside Club.
We making it happen. It's the predictions episode by Hook or Crook.
Powering through. All right, we got the World Heavyweight Championship defended by Seth freaking Rollins against Finn Balor. This is the one I was most interested in talking about because I am the only person, I believe, that picked Seth Rollins to successfully retain.
I've seen.
Can somebody, maybe I missed something. Why is Finn winning? I don't even need to say, like, we picked Finn, y'all all picked Finn. Why is Finn winning, though?
The image for the Judgment Day.
Yeah, basically. Well, for my reason is that, and I feel like after the 7 years, he's finally going to get a belt back, and then I see it as he's going to get the belt, and then I feel like that's when you're going to kind of start to see more conflict in the Judgment Day, because once he gets the belt, they're definitely going to be on top. They're going to coast for a little bit, and then Damian Priest has the Money in the Bank. You saw, I think it was on Raw, you saw, there was a little hesitation and Finn Balor giving him the Money in the Bank. You know what I'm saying? I feel like there's going to be more conflict after that because you're starting to see like the breadcrumbs like from there because they resolved the conflict and this happened. So I think Finn is going to win the belt. It's a possibility he wins the belt, and there's a possibility Damian Priest may try to cash in and create more conflict. You don't know. We're going to see what happens because I just see everything. I see everything with how the Judgment Day is going. You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of, because you see with every group, they rise to the top. They're running everything right now on all shows, and then you're going to start to see the decline. I don't know when it's going to happen, but we'll see. But that's why I picked Finn.
Yep. And I feel like I picked Finn subconsciously for a couple of reasons. One of them would be, even though I love Seth, and I think we all love Seth, I think that Seth's run isn't what the title was meant to be, in my opinion. I feel like he was supposed to really defend this thing a lot more, and it was supposed to be like, from what I thought was like a workhorse championship where you're actually fighting every week on television and defending it and whatever. And I know that that's not becoming of a world title when you're the top dog. Like, you don't defend it every week. That's a TV title, or whatever. But at the same time, I feel like that's the way it was presented. And not to say that Finn would be one of these guys that does that, but if this is the schedule they're going to keep and they've reversed from Roman Reigns having a special schedule and this thing's not going to be defended once every third full moon. I don't really know. So I feel like there's a change coming. I think it's Finn, and the reason why it put me over the top is because I do feel like Finn's on his way out of the Judgment Day. I think Damian Priest is about to cash in, and it's just going to be Damian, Dom, and Rhea holding titles, and Finn's out of here. I don't know. Maybe that sets up Finn for something else, but that's just my opinion.
The more we talk about it, I'm kind of just wanting to go with Seth because I'm just like, this all sounds too good, and this don't sound like just don't sound like smart booking on WWE's behalf. This doesn't sound like they'd actually follow what everyone is feeling like and just give the belt to Finn.
Yeah, the only thing that really helps me draw that back, and I'm not trying to cut you off, is also because Seth has all that fan interaction. That's merch sales. It's again fan engagement, interaction, singing, song, all
Too,
that stuff.
Seth don't even need the title, yo.
Right.
That's why I say Finn, because Seth, I feel like the title of anything is just drop Seth. He doesn't really need the belt anymore. What else does he have to prove really with that title? You know what I'm saying? I don't think he needs it right now. It's just a prop. The crowd loves the song. They love Seth Rollins. If anything, he's been an afterthought with the title since he's got it. He's defended it all twice. How is this the workhorse championship and it's been defended twice?
Right.
Maybe just
I'm sticking with my pick. Finn, coup de grace, let the mayhem begin.
Maybe just add this. It's a possibility. I can see this happening. I can see Finn leaving with the conflict, and then he comes back with Edge, and they tag team, and then they finally take down the Judgment Day because
they'll bring in fucking what's his face.
They can bring in Beth Phoenix too.
They'll bring in what's his face's name too. There's a new replacement, JD McDonough.
Finally, yeah. Because I was just thinking about him the other day too.
And this is how you make it happen. And then it's Edge, Finn Balor teaming together after a hellacious Hell in a Cell. Yeah, man, this shit writes itself, man. What a story! What a fucking story, man.
And then
all of that doesn't say world champion to me, so I'm sticking with
it. Would make better TV if Finn was the world champion, but then it's what does Seth do? Where does Seth go from here? He's already faced everyone in the whole roster at this point.
Yeah.
I think this is as good a time as any, and I'm not sure who it would be. Think about this. Drew McIntyre, in my opinion, is not beating Gunther.
No.
So why wouldn't he be a formidable opponent for Seth moving forward for that world championship? You know what I mean? He loses to Gunther, he loses his mind. He turns heel, he gets violent. Boom. He's credible, It's
a possibility. I ain't mad at that.
I can see that too. There's a world for that. I actually just want Gunther in the world title picture, period.
Right, and I think that happens too, and I think that he's probably the guy that further down the line that actually does beat Seth. Like you said earlier,
Judgment Day feud. Come on,
they're
man.
Stat padding. They're stat padding. So they're trying to modernize all of these records. That's why Roman's holding all of that joint. That's why Gunther's holding on to his. But once we get to those numbers, then they lose the belts, and we can really get some shit moving. So I think Gunther is automatically added to that world title picture. You know what I mean? I think Drew, same thing with Drew. I think the Gunther loss that Drew is about to experience is going to drive him a little bit left. You know what I mean? And that's a formidable opponent for Seth. But yeah, I'm sticking with my picks. I was just curious. I don't think that I see no faith that no reason to believe that WWE all of a sudden is throwing a world title. Even though this isn't the big title because that's Roman's title. I see no reason why they're all of a sudden giving that to Finn, and I don't think that that's his role. You know what I mean? I don't think he's a guy that's carrying a show as the champion.
Right?
Unless it's a transitional piece where it's a month. I think Seth right now they gave it to him at that point because he was the hottest guy that got over without the title. So I think the title is a prop, but there's always does the man make the title? Will the title make the man? And the title can't make Seth, so he's the perfect guy to make the title important right now. He beat Braun Breaker was his first defense or second defense, something like that. You know what I mean? So that's
I
another
think
guy.
so,
Like
yeah.
we've been waiting for some of these call ups from NXT. Braun Breaker could be a guy that's like the ghost of Christmas past. He pops up and he attacks Seth. You know, I think there's a lot of legs left on Seth's run, and I don't think losing the title right now is probably the best move. But we'll see. We'll see. There's been a lot of similar picks, but that one I was very, very curious where y'all were going with that. But word up. All right, we got Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar. Who's bleeding in this?
Lesnar.
Who's bleeding? How early in the match does Cody bleed? That's the question. That's the question. Do both of them bleed, and how early does Cody start? But I'm going with
Before he
Cody.
takes the coat off.
Yeah, I'm going with Cody. This is your classic rubber match trilogy joint right here.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, Cody had one. Brock had one. Brock has no reason to beat Cody right now, unless they're going for like a fourth. You know, that they really want to drag this shit. But I don't think they're dragging it that much longer. So, yeah, Cody's going through his hard times. He got his ass beat by Brock. He has to get his win back, and then we'll see what Cody does next. You know, it's basically just buying time between now and the Rumble, as far as I see.
Yeah, I had the same pick and the same reason. Just going through the hard times because Brock Lesnar, like, I tweet this damn near every week. I was like, we still don't know why Brock Lesnar is beefing with Cody Rhodes. And
No idea why.
Like, and
No
it's
idea why.
and
He
it's
just
a lot.
woke up one day and said, "Fuck him."
I'm just
Went
gonna-
ham.
Yeah, I'm just gonna beat Cody Rhodes senseless, and that was it. This is all hilarious. So dudes being him for no reason that we have no idea what clue we have for him. So I'm like, all right, freak it. So I'm going with Cody. He's gonna win this third one, man, and get through those hard times. End the story.
Yeah, if Cody doesn't win, it's hard. How do you have a bigger mountain to climb than defeating one of the winningest, most, unstoppable forces in like WWE history? You know what I mean? So it's like,
You're talking to
who
Mike
do we
Book.
set him up? Who do we set him up against to have harder times than right
Book.
now? You know what I mean?
Talking to Mike.
Oh, my bad.
There you go.
So like, who do we have that, we could even put him up against that would give him harder time than he's having right now. So if this is hard times and this is what's going on, what's that?
You know who's coming.
Who's that?
You know who's coming right after this.
Who?
You know it's Bray.
Oh, you think Bray's back?
You know it's Bray. They about to fucking run Bray over Cody, man.
Damn. Well,
Wow.
if it's Bray, then it's Bray. But I think that
You ain't see Cody in the 5-5 Funhouse?
There's anybody that's gonna get this Bray Wyatt shit over it.
Cody was in the Firefly Funhouse.
No, I'm saying like
He's
you
about to
can't
be,
see-
though.
He's about to be.
I could definitely see it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do think Brock loses this match. I think he's going to get bested. And I think that just like Ronda's out of here, I think Brock might be out of here for a little while. Brock doesn't really have legs in a lot of different feuds. He's been working really well with Roman. He's been working really well with the people they put him with. But, even Bobby Lashley, I think that was a lot better than people give it credit for. But I don't think Brock has a lot of formidable opponents right now. I'm sure you could write anything for Brock Lesnar. He's amazing. But, yeah, I think Cody wins.
Cody. That's it. He will bleed and he will win. There's really no doubt about it.
Yo, that's a T-shirt right there. He will
That's
bleed.
crazy.
He will win.
I'm 2 for 2 tonight right now, feel me? Yeah, it's gotta be Cody with this one. I'd be very surprised if Brock won, but as you said, we got to finish the story. And since there is no story, what the fuck does it matter? Cody's got to win.
Yeah.
This is just on the road of the story being finished.
Yeah. This is just on the road to the Rumble. About to prime him up with some Bray Wyatt action, man.
So you say Bray Wyatt, so you fully believe that Bray Wyatt will be next for Cody for a payback and moving forward.
That's because, like, all right.
Who's left? Who's next?
Assuming Bray is healthy, what do we do with Cody between now and the Rumble? This is August, right? They've already run the trilogy, and he has no
He's had a
actual
trilogy
claim.
with everyone that matters on the main event level
Yeah.
of Raw.
He has no actual claim to a championship, to a title match right now. Like he can't. He's on Raw, so he can't get the Roman. And I could see. I honestly
Gunther?
would not be surprised if, like, the Gunther thing would be interesting, but then like the conversation would be like, even though Gunther's been a hell of a champion and elevated the Intercontinental title, it's still not a world title. You know what I mean? So then it's gonna
But
be
it's something to hold it over in the
no,
meantime.
for sure. But then like, is Cody the one to beat Gunther?
That opens a possibility, and I'm not opposed to that. It's just how you get the IC title off of Cody at that point.
Exactly. That's the tough part. Like, if he's the one to take the IC title off of Cody, then how do you beat Cody? And then
True.
he's still. It has to be like the screwiest finish of all screwy finishes, and it has to happen like before he wins the Rumble.
It's
You're
true.
not gonna have the Rumble winner lose clean to Gunther, or lose clean to somebody else for the IC title. So, but then I could also see like WWE booking him against Seth, even though that's not the title that he wants. You know what I mean?
That too.
Like this, so Bray Wyatt is like the perfect person to just have like a silly, weird ass, sideshow.
4-month long feud. Jesus Christ. Are we trying to have this conversation in October or November of, when will this Cody Bray Wyatt shit end?
Nah, dog. I'm actually not trying to have this conversation at all. I just think that's what they might do. You know what I'm saying? Like, as dramatic and over the top as Cody is, when you pair him with somebody like Bray Wyatt, that's either gonna make some of the best TV we've ever seen or some of the absolute worst. There's no in between. That shit is not gonna be mediocre. It's either gonna be really, really good or really, really bad.
I agree.
Word. All right, fellas. Let's get the fuck out of here. We have one more.
We the ones. We the ones.
We have one more. This is Tribal Combat for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. Roman Reigns defending against Jey Uso. And the other 5-point question was, does anybody related to the bloodline outside of Jimmy Uso or Solo Sikoa interfere in this match? That's just like a straight up yes or no. So first and foremost, I think I'm going with Roman. I think it would be really, really cool if Jay were the one to defeat Roman. But no, this is this is stat padding. Roman Reigns is not losing until at least WrestleMania 40, so we can get that shit out of the way. So he's beating Jay. And that's another thing. Once Roman wins, the fuck do we do with Roman between now and whenever?
Retirement.
We still got Roman and Jimmy. We still got payback.
All right, cool, but like I would have done it in the other order then. You know what I mean? I would have gone with Jimmy first, lead up to Jay at some point. We still got to get through like.
There was no room and time for that.
Why?
Unfortunately.
Nah, but like
Jimmy and Roman ain't selling SummerSlam. But it'll sell payback.
No, for sure, but I just think it's backwards, you know what I mean? Because like
I agree it is backwards, but it just marquee wise, it
right.
won't work.
You're right.
But it all
we
leads
also
to
got like
Survivor
that
Series.
Solo Sikoa. They're probably gonna have some friction at some point.
I think this leads to Survivor Series. Like they're gonna be doing this shit all the way through the rest of the fall, where they're gonna have another War Games. Except now they're on opposite sides, and it's Tribal War Games. Then here we are with the Bloodline in 2023 November, playing flashbacks from last Survivor Series when they were all a family and a unit, and one before that when they were all forming. Yeah, man, it's gonna get to a point too where it's also gonna be like, yo, let's pack this fucking shit up already, man.
There's been multiple points during this, and then at some points like, oh, they did this.
It gets really good when you watch SmackDown and see these promos. They really reel you in, but it just starts to be like, yo, they're just turning the wheels with this motherfucker, man. Come on.
Facts. But then so my 5-point, my answer is nah. I don't think there's any outside bloodline. Tribal, like, this would be the perfect opportunity. Like, I thought at several times, especially when it wasn't clear what side Jay was going to be on, or if he aligned with Jimmy or not, it would have been a great time for like Rikishi, for instance, or any of the other elders to just make their presence felt. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think SummerSlam is the night for that. But yeah, Roman retains. Nobody else from the family interferes. Ron.
Word. I was just thinking about this I don't know if I think it was in the promo. Roman said last week. I think he was saying like, "Yo, Jay, you have nobody supporting you whatsoever. Your brother's out or whatever." And that's why I feel like Roman's gonna win because it's like you're gonna beat this guy, and then it's like you're gonna show him like, all right, you got nobody, so now you're gonna go on retreat, and then I feel like Jimmy's gonna come next, and then try to come back and run with him to get at Roman. And then I feel like somebody is going to show up, which will show even more that Jay doesn't have any support whatsoever. And then I feel like that's going to continue turning the wheels with this storyline to coast them out to Royal Rumble, because from here to Royal Rumble is a long time.
Yeah, that's
So-
September,
A minute.
October, November,
We got some
December.
pay-per-views on
That's
the
5
way.
months. We have
Right.
5 months between now and the
Yeah,
Rumble.
It's a long time, so I feel like they're gonna have to do something to keep this going. Because personally, I feel like I thought it was gonna end at WrestleMania.
Yo, Roman Reigns really might not defend his title another 5 times this year.
Right?
Definitely
And
not.
You know what I
was
mean?
thinking
There's
that too,
nobody
yeah.
else left.
He might not defend his shit
There
another
are
3
people
times.
left, but it just won't be significant. So it'll be throwaway pay-per-views. Like Lashley and AJ Styles are the last 2 victims on SmackDown. I feel that, and Sheamus. But then again, these are all people that it's like none of these. Well, I don't believe any of these guys stand a chance, anyways. So that's why they're just going to be PLE, SmackDown, throwaway matches and feuds for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
They'll be the latest inclusions of the Bloodline story in their own universe.
Has Roman taken on Braves yet? During this
No,
run?
we still have that to go because that could
said-
be an
you said
option
Bray?
as well.
Yeah, Bray.
See, the dope thing about that is that's
Well,
who he beat to win the
yeah.
title in the first place.
Okay, right.
And
So-
then I think they packed it up after that. Like I don't think they even followed it up either. I think it was just over.
That
It
was
was like,
Fiend
yeah, I'm
Bray.
back. Yeah,
think
it was
that was
just like
Fiend
Right. Yes, so
it was like I
so
won.
long.
It's over. Move on. I think it was because he went into a feud with Bray with Braun next. I think.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Wow. Yeah.
And
Randy
Bray
was-
just.
When did he get burned with Randy? Was that after that?
Yeah, because the Fiend that was live. That was a live WrestleMania, and the Fiend was still alive.
No.
still had-
That was pandemic. I'm thinking of when what you call it? What's Shorty's name? Not Liv Morgan.
Alexa Bliss.
Alexa Bliss.
Yeah, when she turned on him at Mania, she
Yes,
popped up out of the box or whatever. That was
that's when the Fiend
That
died.
was it.
Yeah, that was the following.
Black licorice out.
short ass match too, but word.
Rest in peace, the Fiend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean, I hope Bray
let's-
is healthy, but oof.
Yeah, it's
I enjoyed the shit out the Fiend gimmick. I don't care what anybody says.
I
Niggas hate
enjoyed
that
the
shit.
Fiend.
I love that shit. That shit
The
was fun.
Fiend, the Firefly Funhouse or whatever.
Yeah,
Like
all
I
that was
enjoyed
That
that.
shit was fun.
Yeah. It was just this last run.
Yeah,
They tried
That
it
was
with
the
this
rough
one.
had potential, man.
They tried it.
Absolutely. hmm
They fucking tried it.
Is that it? Are we out?
She got booked.
We all to in Roman.
Oh,
Nah,
we
but what
gotta
do
wait
you-
for Roman?
Do we have other bloodline members? Yeah,
Oh.
no.
Roman up, and I don't think Roman needs anyone to win. So my answer might be complex. I do feel like the elders may show themselves this time. Like whoever the elders are that they're talking about might show up, but I don't think they interfere in the match. They may interfere in saying who the tribal chief is or call Roman into real tribal court or something, but I don't know that it's 100% an interference in the match. So I'm going to say Roman wins, and I'm going to say no, we don't get an interference from Bloodline.
You were right, Ron?
Yeah, I was a year.
I'm going Roman, and I'm saying Jacob Fatu debuts so that way they can form the new bloodline.
That would be crazy. I would love to see it.
Completely on the whim. This is my like dinger choice. Like if we were parlaying right now, that one is worth like a cool 10 million on the light, like $10 play. I'm gonna go with Jacob Fatu.
Word.
Those 5
Hopefully.
points. Those are going to be the deciding factors here. We got 2 years and 2 no's for this one. And
What
then,
was the first one?
That was a Ronda Is it going to be a choke or a tap or a
Oh,
knockout?
there you go. Yeah, yep.
So-
This is gonna decide it.
Yeah, I got me
just
and Chad
remember
have choke out. Pause. And Ron and Book have tap out.
Yep.
Just oh my god. Yo, just
It's
remember.
time to get the fuck out of here.
Yo, just remember to put it. Just remember to put it in the notes because
Yeah,
I know
yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah,
forget.
Yo.
Y'all are,
Oh,
y'all
all
are
right.
fucking up. Yeah.
This was the this episode was brought to you by Sleepy Time Tea.
Hard working men.
Good lord, this was a
Nah,
rough one.
You don't want to name it that.
Yeah.
It'll sound like it was
Hard
searchable.
working man is insane, dog.
Damn, Chad.
Damn, man.
Yo.
Bro, that's just I know where I was going with it.
Dog.
I know where I was going with that.
All right,
Nah,
bro. Can you fly us out, please? Come on.
Yeah,
let's
bro.
get-
Look.
Yo, Ron said you
Yo.
trying to get flued out, me.
Yo,
No,
that
no,
was
no,
good,
don't fly
man.
me out nowhere, buddy.
Trying to get
Yo, you
flued
guys
out,
should
me.
fly us out. What?
Nah, don't fly
don't
me
gotta
out.
go
bro.
home.
Crazy.
But you got to get the fuck out of here. So
We got an exit survey?
who's got a? Okay, I got an exit.
What match
survey.
opens the show?
Shit, who's gonna be flown out? That's the
Yo, this guy is another level.
Yo.
And Boog, on that note, fuck you, San Diego.
Yo, hold on, hold
We
on.
are out of here.
What? We don't have an exit survey? Let's
That's
just
it.
end
I just
it.
said what
Ron
was the opening
signed
match for?
off.
Yeah.
What was the opening match for Survivor Series? What match opened Survivor Series?
This thing says Survivor Series?
Yo, the last fucking 60 seconds was a blur. Son.
Yo.
Yo, I'm going to say the Battle Royal. Battle
Somewhere.
Royal opens up. I got the Battle Royal opening.
All right, Ron, what you got?
I'm looking at the card right now. Maybe the
Yeah, we just went through the whole card. I gotta look at
no, I'm just trying to see what potentially can open up. Fuck it. I'll go with the Battle Royal. Very good.
I'm going with Logan Paul and Ricochet.
That's a
I'm
good
going with
WCW booking. Get the flippy shit to heat
That's
the crowd
mad
up.
WCW. That's like very Rey Mysterio Halloween
Yeah,
Havoc.
yeah. That would be dope, to be honest.
I'm gonna go with the IC title, Gunta.
Gunta.
And Drew.
All right,
On that
folks.
note,
It's time to go.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to bed.
Peace.